audience is Greg, my brother-in-law, Joni, my mother-in-law,
Hi.
Kaya, my puppy, and Fabio, my friend. Okay, so pet adoption is best. Have you ever adopted a pet or considered adopting a pet? It can be quite a process. So where do you look? Where are the different places that you can get a pet? What are the benefits of adopting a pet from a shelter or buying from a breeder? I adopted a beautiful mutt from our local shelter here in Asheville, Brother Wolf. I also have an aunt who breeds purebred Yorkies, so I know both sides of the industry. Essentially, you have two choices. You can adopt from a local shelter, or you can buy from a breeder. Of course, you could also find a friend who's just giving away a pet, but anyway. The benefits of buying from a breeder are you know the traits and attributes. You basically know what the dog is going to turn out like, how big it's going to get, what it's going to act like for the most part. The other thing is pets from breeders usually have a very stable and loving upbringing. The drawbacks are that breeders are usually a lot more expensive because these dogs are registered or they have their papers. This just essentially means that they're purebred. The other thing is purebreds run the risk of certain genetic disorders because the breeding pool is smaller. So the benefits of adopting from a local shelter are that the fees are usually a lot less. Also, you will help reduce the homeless pet population in your community. The other thing is adopting from a local shelter, you will reduce the strain on the shelter's resources and open up a spot for another needy pet. The drawbacks are that these animals tend to be nervous or skittish or even aggressive because of some past abuse. You never know what the traits and characteristics are going to be for these animals. Now that we've compared the local shelter adoption versus buying from a breeder, it sounds like adopting from a local shelter is the most responsible and helpful option. Let's look at some more reasons why. When you adopt a pet, you are being a socially and economically responsible citizen of your community. You're basically saving two lives because you adopt the pet and it frees up space for that next needy animal. This creates less strain on the shelter and the animal control agencies who bring in these animals. Overpopulation is a huge problem for stray animals. Homeless animals outnumber homeless humans 5 to 1. Only 1 out of every 10 dogs born will find a permanent home. Another horrible statistic is it is impossible to know how many stray animals live in the U.S., but estimates for cats alone range up to 70 million. The reason for this overpopulation is that animals are not always properly spayed and neutered, or owners will lose their pet because they weren't properly tagged and ID'd. Adopting a pet can be a very rewarding experience. The wonderful people who work at these shelters, day in and day out, know the pets and they can offer you really great advice. These pets have already had their shots and are spayed and neutered, very convenient. Having them spayed and neutered will reduce that overpopulation problem, so it's a win-win. Sometimes these pets have been through a lot, yes, but when you love them and care for them, the love you receive back is very rewarding. It's very rewarding to see them trust again. I know how rewarding this can be firsthand because I adopted a rescue. My experience has changed my life in so many amazing ways. Your shelter pet will enrich your life and fit into your lifestyle better than you can imagine. Adopting a puppy from a shelter, like I did, you have no idea how big they're going to get or how they're going to act or what their traits and characteristics will be. But I can tell you that you'll grow as a person, you'll become more patient, and love selflessly. Pets change your life, but adopted rescues have a way of changing you. So in conclusion, if you want to be a responsible and helpful member of your community, consider adoption for your next pet. It really is the best way to go. Breeders are more expensive and they do not help the homelessness problem faced by too many animals. Adopting dogs from local shelters can benefit you and your community in more ways than one. And your newly adopted family member can change and be enormously enriching to your life. Now that you know the benefits of adopting a pet from a local shelter vastly outweighs that of buying from a breeder, will you join me in raising awareness? I challenge you to adopt your next pet from a shelter, not from a breeder. Thank you.